Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome towards tonight's very quickly put together cast, but it's going to be a good one. I think it's interesting to see. Yeah, there it is. The first word that everyone associates with my name. I think all 10 players are currently in the server. I think there's a bit of issues with the server at the moment. A couple of players are saying something about either having ping lag or choke, and really just waiting for them to just set up and get ready. But if you haven't seen it tonight, it is going to be Fray versus Guts. So probably two of the other teams that originally I thought Avant-Garde was going to do quite strongly. They are into the finals. Now, Frenetic and Fray, they're still undefeated in the regular season. Guts have only had the single loss, but I think they've been able to do quite well, and it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to take it towards Fray at this particular point in time. So the map pick is going to be Cache, followed by Train. So Cache was Fray's pick, which is unsurprising because they have a very strong Cache play, whereas Guts actually picked Train, and a bit of an unusual pick, but I think Guts may have practiced on Train a little bit, so yeah, plenty of choke. All the players on the server, plenty of choke at this stage. And I think the final one maybe Dust 2, so quite interested to see. There's the word again, but so two very technical kind of style executed maps on both Train as well as Cache, then a not so technical sided execution map on Dust 2. So if it does get to game 3, it depends on whose aim I reckon is going to be better at the stage of the night and who is not fatigued. And I think Guts, they probably want to make sure that they come out all guns firing and try to take as many rounds as they can and possibly see if they can win Cache. I'm not sure if Fray have actually practiced on Train. I don't think many teams actually practice on Train, so nice double from Seeker as we're still waiting for the server to fix itself. As it looks like it's only K-Star, the man with 5 ping, the rest of them all having 80 ping, which is a bit irregular, I guess. I mean, players should probably not be getting 70 ping towards any server in particular, and as players are still trying to figure out how to diagnose the issue, they are not thinking about living it. I think an admin may be called at this stage. Yeah, just quickly, just jumping towards the leaderboard at the stage for the Group A in the intermediate ladder as I slowly get it loaded up. So my internet seems to be doing itself as well, as Fray are on top of the leaderboard. 4 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. They've only dropped 2 maps so far, and they are probably in the clear favourites to take this, but I wouldn't count Guts out. Guts probably looking for either a second or a third place finish. Yeah, so even if they, just trying to read how this goes, they're for and against. If they do lose 2-1 tonight, they should be tied third with Noxus. If they win to anything, they'll be first. And if they lose 2-1, they should be tied second with Avant-Garde. So obviously wanting to win that map to see if they can get in towards the upper brackets of the finals to make their play easier. And I do apologize about the delay, as it seems that they're still trying to get 10 into the server. I see one of the players disconnecting. I'm not sure. I think it's Catalyst from Fray, as they're still trying to fix the server issue at this stage. I think they're still complaining in terms of ping as well as choke, that there are server problems. So we just have to wait peacefully. And as we do wait, just like to give a quick shout out towards the sponsors which have made this season possible. So for the Mwave CGPL Autumn season, I'd like to thank all our sponsors: Mwave, MSI, Nvidia, AOC, Turtle Beach, Plantronics, Netgear, AK Racing, and Logitech. So without them, this season would not be possible. So please make sure that you go and take a look at their products. Just going to take a bit of a quick break. I still haven't been able to see why these players haven't started yet. So the server still having issues, but we'll go for a quick break, put on some music, as we should be back with the action hopefully within 5 to 10 minutes, assuming the problem is fixed. And we're actually back after that short break. They were able to get all their players in, so let's get live right into the action as we go directly into the knife round. And so apparently there is nothing they can do about the servers, so it's going to be unfortunate to see, but actually a lot of the players are actually having 70 ping. I would say that probably K-Star, probably going to be the pick of the map, as Guts most likely want to probably take the CT side, as now all the counter is actually falling back towards A side. K-Star getting the first pick on towards JT, Fluke trading up, but this looks very heavily in the favor of Fray at the moment, and poor Ang is the last man left standing, and he wants to try to get something. He's unable to get anything in the end as Catalyst cleans up, so Fray more than likely just to go and stay on the CT side, and they are going to stay on the CT side. And Guts going to see how they're going to take this T side approach. I'm not sure who their AWPer is, but definitely a lot of strong riflers on their lineup. And the AWPer for Fray obviously is going to be K-Star, who has that 5 ping, so you just see Catalyst ping just jumping up to 130. It's pretty nasty to see, but I guess that's what the players have to deal with. And Guts are off to immediate A take. JT, the man with the smoke and 2 flashbangs, but the rest of the players from Guts going to have the Glocks and armor. Meanwhile, Fray, they only have the 1 HE grenade and kit on K-Star, who is towards Z, and very passive hold from Fray in this round, as Forge is just spotting from truck as the first smoke goes out. The last flashbang is going to be oh my goodness, is going to be on JT. The bomb goes down very easily on towards the A side, so Fray more than happy just to play the retake, as we see all players now converging on towards the site. Fluke is actually going to be boosted up. They know 1 is boosted, so they know 2 is towards quads. Now just waiting to see if they can get anything. All the players are now on the site, as we see Fluke, he's the first man to get the frags. CBA also gets 1, but they do get traded out, but the numbers are in the favor currently of Guts, as Catalyst and K-Star, nothing they can do but try to stick onto the bomb. No smokes or flashes to really use, and Guts going to pick up a very easy and quick round. Just going onto the site, there was absolutely no retaliation, and the players from Quad, which was Seabet and Fluke, were able to do their job and make sure that they actually get the frags that they needed to buy time, and we see that it was very successful, with Guts able to take the player advantage, and also now the eco advantage, as we see a 3 stack coming out from Fray towards A side. Seeker just spotted out from Fluke. Fluke playing very passively. Well done from him to get the first kill without risking his gun. Inno is now peeking out towards A main, but he eats that grenade from Seabed. He's down to 23, and he's looking like he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Fluke is waiting for more to peek out. We'll take down 1. Inno has managed to make his way back towards site. K-Star with the deagle whipped out. Oh, Seabed has just not peeked over yet. Inno actually managed to take down Fluke in towards Squeaky. So it's equalised the situation. Inno now playing through the smoke. He's able to spot out a couple. He's gotten 2 kills. Down onto 23 HP. K-Star's managed to push all the way up onto site, but he's made a mess that deagle spray, and playing really just cleans up on Catalyst with that Galil. So a very fast round from Guts after, I mean, it was looking good for them, but they did lose Fluke as well as Seabear. They're probably not going to be happy about that, but the guns are going to be dropped in over towards their way. Actually, seeing Fluke with no gun so far is okay. He's got a Mac 10, but I think he bought that up, so still can't tell who the AWPer is. Maybe JT, who's got, you know, the 4K. I expect a more passive round coming out from Fray at this stage, just try to make Guts work for it, as we do see P250s, no armor, 2 flashbangs on the side of Seeker and Inno. And actually, really good to see Guts having a lot of Molotovs on their side. This is going to allow them great site control when they come in. I mean, counter-terrorists will be playing very, very sneaky passive lines, and these Molotovs will chase them out of them. As we do see Inno, who's the first man through. Seabed's completely blinded, but unable to really do the follow-up, and Seabed is able to get the double, and we see the rotation coming out from K-Star, but he's got a USB. What can he do? He's dinked down towards 20 HP, as Seeker is trying to push and find something, is unable to do so. K-Star, I think Seabed should be able to clean up quite quickly after. It's nice flashbang as he turns away. Catalyst, peeking it from Zeep, will be able to get the kill, but I think the bomb at the stage is just a mere formality. It will be planted, defended, and Guts will go ahead 3-0 quite nicely, as Catalyst just trying to do as much damage as possible. JT does get dinked, but does get the frag, so 600 more in his bank. K-Star is able to buy the AWP, but I think Catalyst should buy the AWP for him and drop it. That looks like it's not going to happen. Looks like Catalyst actually buys just the M4 and a full set of utility. K-Star has no armor to speak of, and Seabear is the AWP for the team. JT actually opting to pick the Galil and to stay with it. And so far, Guts looking like they're just playing very passive, just making sure they can secure all sides of the map. So it looks like Fluke's default setup is going to be towards that squeaky position, Seabear towards A main. But we see Forge actually already quickly boosted up. Not sure whether it was boosted up from a jump or just at the edge of the smoke, but I think it was through the edge of the smoke. And Seabear, he's peeking out, misses the first AWP shot. I think he knows one is towards Highway. Should fall off quite quickly now, as HE grenades may come flying in his way, as well as counter-terrorists knowing his location. It looks like he's still hiding. Nice Molotov from his teammate to force Catalyst out, and now they know the location. One of the counter-terrorists, he's in a bit of trouble. Good grenade should chunk down Catalyst quite a lot, but Blank is unable to get the pick, unfortunately, but he's down to 22 HP, and Guts have done a nice job just to assume control of checkers at this time. Seabear just waiting for one of his teammates to back him up at this stage, but it looks like he's not going to contest mid any further. Now coming towards A main. They don't have control of A main, so they're just going very slowly, and need to be careful of this boost position where Forge is. Forge is in a great position to do some damage, as the grenades are now being lined up. JT spotting towards the boost, is unable to find anything just yet. Nice flashbang. Now Forge should be completely blinded, but no one has checked this position, and he's going to spray down. He gets one, gets two, whips out the USB, he gets three from this position. My goodness, has he done really well as Fluke now. He does get the double trade. In fact, he, I think, is on a 3 kill so far. No, Seabear managed to get one, so I was wrong. So now onto a 2-on-2. Fluke has recovered the situation, but Forge did amazingly well to hold the A site by himself that time. Catalyst is down to 22 HP. Fluke is in some great HP to do more damage with the AK as well, but he's spotted towards the edge of the smoke, playing very aggressively. Seabear, he's got a lot of work to do in front of him, and Catalyst will take him out with the A4 after jumping and spotting it. K-Star with the kit will get the defuse, so Guts unable to really hold it after Fluke. He did well to get, once again, the initial entries, but just needs to play passive and just wait. Unfortunately, unable to do so. Picked off through the edge of the smoke, and Catalyst with a nice retake to bring Fray the first round on towards the scoreboard. Guts will have enough money to force up on most of their players. Yeah, it's a complete force full buy, but it's the last of their money, and we still see a full set of utility as well as an AWP in the hands of C there. But Fray, they've already used the boost, so... Oh no, K-Star's just walked right into the crosshairs of C there, and that's going to be an easy elimination for him. Catalyst is going to try and recover the situation a little bit on towards the A side, but Guts, they're going to be happy. They've got the player advantage once again. No positional advantage just yet, as they are slowly making their way towards A main. Forge is now pushing out towards B to get the relevant information, and this is crucial actually. He's gotten the information, and this has allowed Fray to actually rotate back towards the A side, even though the execution is beginning. Forge is able to hear nothing, so to speak, and now Guts is going to be coming out towards the site. Or Blank does manage to take that secret, and then Catalyst has to peek out wide. Is AWPs down. Inno with the AWP though, getting the double kill after the one HE grenade completely blinded out. Ang is going to spray him down, and Ang is going to follow up with a headshot onto Forge, as Forge just making too much noise. I don't really do anything, as the Guts are now going to go up 4-1. And really that round broke the back of Fray's economy. Now they do have at least a little bit of standing, should be able to force up in the next round if they choose to do so, but you don't want to be doing that. K-Star just left-clicking Catalyst at spawn. He's already down to 60 HP. That's not going to help their anti-eco any further, as Guts, they really like their defaults. I mean, Seabear has actually missed 2 AWP shot this time, but he should be able to fall back quite safely. Inno has assumed A main control, as Fluke is just waiting to see if he push out. They do need to be careful of Inno pushing out. Inno has made himself into a nice position, but I think this just means that Guts is just going to push more towards the B site. The bomb is behind the truck, closer towards the boost, but no attempts on trying to recover it just as of yet, as we see Guts now slowly charging out of mid, or very quickly should I say. Blank is the first man out. He's got the MP7. He's throwing a Molotov towards sandbags and just trying to push any counter-terrorist that may be hiding there. But so far, no action. 50 seconds and no one down just yet. Only one player spotted as we see Blank. Okay, Blank has heard the vent being broken, so they need to be aware of that situation. There's some good flashes from Seabear should allow his teammate to come on towards the site. We'll spot out Seeker quite quickly, takes him down very easily with that armor. JT getting the frag onto Inno, so Inno was unable to do too much damage towards that close position in A main, and Blank has just got Z as well as Highway locked down. Here's a shooting from K-Star towards Truck, and he wants more frags, and he's gonna get more frags at this stage. He's gonna be tagged, I think, by a friendly HE grenade, but the last two players are gonna be Catalyst and Forge, just trying to make their way up Highway at this stage. But tag that very low. Blank, he is a man with a mission, and that's to put as much money into his bank account. I was going to say blank account, I guess, because I guess that makes sense as well. As now the frag hunt begins on towards Forge. Forge still looking to see if he can do any damage. Spots out one, is still unhurt, tries to make his way back towards Z, but all the terrorists are now going to be hunting as Blank is now walking up. MP7 in hand, is the MP7 is going to clean up quite easily, so he's got 4 kills with the MP7. That's going to be 2.4k. Some good money in the. That's some good money in the blank, so to speak. And it's going to be a. He's going to actually buy an AK, just dropping the MP7, just not risking it. Whether if Fray had a force buy, the MP7 would be a bit risky, but at this stage, Fray onto another eco, and their CT side looks a little bit bad for them so far, as they just push straight out through mid. Blank is just completely blinded, and they're able to actually get B main control. JT has spotted him cross over, however, so JT should be able to lock down the line. Needs to be careful walking the crosshairs of Forge, but he does actually fall into it. And the bomb should be going towards A site, and Fray need to decide whether or not they want to hold this. Want to hold the guns or just go for it. It looks like they're boosting 1 towards top and mid, 2 towards A main. First Molotov comes out, should stall this a little bit further. But now 2 coming out towards Highway. These Molotovs being used very well. It's just going to delay them. Oh, I was going to say it was going to delay them, but okay, so K-Star is able to actually get the kill into Fluke through the edge of the smoke. 2 and 4. They won't suspect Ang's position at A main as he gets 1, gets 2. Nice shooting from Ang. He's unable to turn around, and Seabear with the orb unable to do anything. Now, do they have time to defuse? I don't think they do. They had to make the long way round. I think this will go down to the final second. And Forge is able to get it. So, Fray actually pulling an eco, winning an eco round. Guts were just unable to hold in the situation. I mean, Ang tried doing his best, but he was unable to do anything, and Seabear just unable to do anything with the AWP as well from quad, so Guts not going to be happy about that one. They know they should be 6-1 up at the stage, but they've just got to stabilize themselves at the stage. I mean, I would say the Guts of old, they would be quite tilted at this stage and not be able to really do much after this round, and they'd start losing rounds, but looks like they're regathering and just changing up the tempo. So some nice plays from them at this point. Now just got to hold on. JT needs to be backed up. Seabear's missed another AWP shot. Unfortunately, Fluke is coming out. Does manage to get the trade. They should know that Forge is towards Highways. Forge is now slowly coming out. Is going to get Fluke. So this is equalized to play situation, but he's still down on 34 HP. But as we've seen from previous casts as well, some of these players on low HP can still do tremendous amounts of damage. So Guts still thinking about where to go. They're all within mid at this stage. K-Star with the AWP towards B site, just playing in CT floor, or whatever the position is called, where the tree is. Forge is smoked off for this a small period, but he's going to peek out very shortly. Has 1 smoke grenade to assist. As Guts still stuck, now just close towards Highway. Seek is not really spotting anything, just particularly as yet as Forge now coming across. Ang is now coming across to watch the line. Nice flashbang. Forge only able to get 1, unfortunately. Still a 2-on-2. Ang and Seabear, the 2 men left standing, as now K-Star comes across towards Z. Now it's going to be an AWP off between him and Seabear, but it looks like they're just going to make their way back towards B site. This smoke grenade may come out a little bit too late, as Seabear, I think, has spotted out the edge of K-Star, but he'll be able to get the bomb plant on towards the site. K-Star now coming up towards Heaven, going to be smoked off, unable to do anything. And it's a good smoke as well. He's unable to even peek around towards the left side, so the smoke just underneath Heaven should allow Seeker to get onto the site. Seabear's actually switched out for an AK at this stage, and we do see Seeker on the site. Seabear, he's missed his first initial shot. Ang is actually mollied off. Seeker will be able to get the kill onto Seabear. Now Ang does get 1. K-Star, it's a 1-on-1. He's gone off the defuse. He's spotted out Ang, so he knows Ang is towards checkers. Needs to tap the defuse again. Ang is playing this so cleverly. He's just edge peeking, and he'll take the 1-on-1. Beautiful play from Ang, as he's able to secure that round. And a bit of and I would say at Fray at this stage, they may be tempted just to force up. They've got a lot of money on K-Star and Forge. No, they aren't going to force up, just dropping pistols, guts on a full buy. But with some of their players lacking some utility, so this is the force coming out of them. Fray not doing any of their usual aggression. JT has managed to spot out Forge, jumping onto the red crate, but otherwise Fray more than happy just to play passive so far, as they've able to set up some nice offensive positions with these pistols of theirs, as now a couple of Molotovs come out just to make sure, just clear out any counter-terrorists, to make sure they're unable to get anywhere, but it looks like they are unable to do so. Now Ang needs to be careful as K-Star takes a chunk out of him with the Deagle. K-Star still thinking about peeking around that line. You can see him edge peeking, but Ang, he's just on fire at this stage after winning that 1-on-2 situation. So he's going to pick up the headshot on towards K-Star. This may tempt Guts to go towards B side. I wouldn't recommend them, as we actually see the rotation coming over, and he's going to just crouch from heaven and get one. Now Catalyst peeks out and gets another. Blank does well to get the trade, but the bomb's been lost. Should force a rotation out. 2 AKs down. Blank just picks up the bomb, doesn't want to force his way in. Meanwhile, Fluke pushing in from mid, manages to take down Forge quite easily. So it's down to Seeker and Inno. So Inno's managed to pick himself up an AK, is on the fast lurk and flank. Seeker is coming very close towards the A site, is able to spot out one, and Seabear should be able to get the frag, and he does get it as well. The last man left standing, slowly now making his way in towards A main, but Fluke is watching that line, so Inno needs to be careful. Now, Inno is onto this, however, so she'll be able to get the headshot. Ooh. Fluke's reaction's too quick, able to get the kill in the end, so 7-2. I mean, Guts playing a very, very nice T-side, just not allowing Fray anything. I mean, we see them just constantly changing tempo, just playing slow so even can get the picks, forcing the over-rotations coming out of the counter-terrorists, out of Fray. I think Fray at this stage just may need to play more aggressive towards the B side to get the information. We see that Guts have not really gone towards B directly. They've just gone towards B on the rounds afterwards. So they kind of go, oh, okay, we've got map control. Okay, let's go B now. So they don't actually hard charge into B with 3 or 4 terrorists. Maybe that's a time for Fray to really just play some risks and see if they can actually get a couple of frags towards B side and just fall back. Guts are doing very well, just once again, just standard slow takes, just making sure that no players can be lurking towards these close positions. Now K-Star does have an AWP towards highway, so they have to use a couple of smokes to get out mid, but looks like they're actually going B instead, so still seeing if they can find anything. They don't know Inno's within vent, I think, as Blank does shoot out window, but window's already been broken on towards the B site. And the bomb is making its way towards B. So Fray at this time, so Guts actually playing really, really well. I mean, oh, it looks like they're actually going back to A, which at this stage is a correct call, but I mean, we've got Forge who's boosted up. Should be able to be taken down quite easily, but he's going to use one smoke grenade as he falls back into a more favorable position. 30 seconds left on the timer as Guts now all stacked up, ready to take the A site. Ang, it looks like he's going to be playing the lurker. He's coming out of mid very slowly, just waiting to see if the execution begins on the A site, and it is beginning onto the A site quickly as Ang comes out to mid, finds Inno. K-Star has managed to get the first AWP pick. Forge drops down, gets one. Seabear sprays through. K-Star able to get the return. Seeker still on the site, able to get the frag. So these trades have gone heavily in the favour of Fray, and Guts going to be taken down in the end. So Fray are winning a very crucial round. Should be able to force Guts onto possibly a double eco. Unless they get the bomb down, I don't think they'll be able to get the bomb down. They're staying with just Glocks and a couple of P250s at the stage. And they just may want to rush somewhere and just try something sneaky. I mean, if you split, I don't think they'll be able to do much. But I think they may just want to try and charge out of mid. And we see actually a double boost coming out from Guts trying to take some mid-control K-Star. Needs to be careful as he's spotting towards Garage, able to get a nice pick on towards Blank. But the rest of the terrorists have dropped down and they're now making their way out towards mid. K-Star barely misses the flick onto Seabear as he's still alive. Forge boosted up, but he's going to drop down. Seeker is the man to be able to successfully hold the A side so far, as Guts have managed to make their way in towards Event. The bomb still towards A for main, as Aang does get taken down in the end, does drop the bomb, so Guts... Seabear gets one, unable to get any more as Inno gets the double, so it's going to be JT, the last man left standing. He's managed to make his way all the way towards Truck, so he needs to get a couple of ridiculous one-taps really working to try to win this round as Seeker playing passive. Okay, so JT has spotted him, just easily one-taps him. K-Star should be able to get the trade, and it does from quad. So Fray making a bit of a nice comeback towards the end of this half. Guts are going to be forcing up in the final, I think it's going to be the final 4 rounds after these couple of rounds, and we see enough money on most of their players to, well, actually only K-Star having 4k. Guts probably, if they lose this one, force them to another eco. A fast mid control coming out from JT as he charges straight through. Seek has been found out. They've been able to mix up the tempo very nicely so far. They've been able to consolidate from some poor positions, as they have mid control, but the question is, where do they go now? I'd say they should go towards B, as K-Star just eats a grenade for 40 damage. I don't think they know Seabear's very close, as Forge just... Actually, I think they do know, as Forge just takes him out very easily. He pushed in way too far without any support, and now Guts have to give up mid control. Now going back towards B site. And it's only going to be Catalyst, the solo man, so he's going to be tested for the first time in a while. Now, he did well in the retake situation about 5 or 6 rounds ago, but now it's for him to hold a site by himself with possibly one Molotov coming out. Preemptive smoke should be able to smoke off Blank and Fluke, but it won't smoke off Aang, and they're thinking about pushing in. Needs to rotate quickly over. There is no time, as Catalyst, he spotted out 1 AK. This call should come out very shortly. Now he knows they're coming in towards the B site. This flashbang should work quite nicely, and it allows him to push out, able to find Blank. Oh, he doesn't find him, but Inno does manage to find Aang. Now dropping the Molotov, but just wide peeking, exposing himself. Fluke goes, thank you very much, picks one up. JT, meanwhile, lurking, is able to get another one. K-Star, the last man left standing. So Guards really just able to work the situation around in their favor, even losing Seabear in a, I would argue, a poor decision from D-Bear to just charge up highway by himself. There's just too many angles he needs to check. And K-Star will be able to save the AWP. Fray may opt to just force a couple of pistols behind the buy, as they'll be getting 1400 next round. Their lost money reset. Now Guts, they need to be careful of not being broken, as we are going towards the final stages. But Guts have done well, 8-4. That's definitely reassuring to be on the T side of Cache. But they need to give the utmost respect towards Fray. They have a very, very strong T side as well. As K-Star, misses the first AWP shot, just needs to hide as JT pushing in, and he's able to hide and save the AWP. So that is instrumental, being able to try to bring a bit of a comeback in towards the next couple of rounds. He does drop. Okay, so they're switching to a double AWP setup on this force buy. They're just going flat risky, and I like this. If they win this, they'll be able to shatter the terrorist economies. In K-Star, not sure what he's trying to do, but is able to line himself up back afterwards. Guts, once again, more than happy just to play default. It looks like it was a bit of a server lag that happened. That's probably why, as Guts more than happy just to sit and play slowly. It's going to be Inno in quad with the AWP. And it's going to be K-Star and B-side with AWP, with the other counter-terrorists with pistols playing relatively close positions. Now Aang making a bit of a nuisance on himself on B-side. Should be falling back towards mid very shortly as the Molotovs go out towards, just drop towards mid. Seeker, only with a CZ, has to get the biggest insane spray of his life, really, just to get a kill from that distance. I mean, a dink with a CZ does 60 damage at a distance. It's really, really weak, so Forge, he's going to push in. He's spotted out, but Inno's able to get the trade. So once again, Seabear just charging him by himself, just too risky. Aang's down to 3 HP. So Fray, they're in the advantage at the stage, as Fluke now is thinking about opening up Squeaky, but it's going to be smoked off as they are going back towards B side, but the player advantage heavily on the favor of Guts. Catalyst is at flashbang lined up in a close position, able to just flash and charge in as Blank is fully blinded. Forge wants to take the aim deal, unable to do so at this stage. Now Blank has made his way towards Checkers, falls through. K-Star gets the first AWP pick. Molotov should deny this as Catalyst is pushed through smoke, able to pick up another one. Aang on 3 HP, sorry. has made his way below heaven, but the rest of the counter-terrorists have pushed all the way around, so this force buy has worked for them really well as K-Star gets the wall bang into checkers and Forge cleans up from the other direction, pushing in from A site. So that was by elimination, wasn't by round timer. So Guts, as we can see, they're probably going to be on eco and then a poor force buy in the final round, but that force buy working out really well for Fray. You've got to play risky to try to come back towards the round. Risky they did. The 2 orbs really pushed them through. I don't think they expected the double orb setup, as Gus just thinking about going towards a hard A. K-Star is the man to hold this as the first smoke comes out. He should be able to peek through the edge. As he's moving towards the edge where he actually can't peek through now, the rest of Guts now setting up for an A take. They've got a couple of flashbangs and smokes. Oh, he's very unlucky not to get it. And K-Star able to get one. Catalyst now has to come in and try to do as much work as possible. He's unable to do so, only getting 2 kills. Now the bomb still hasn't been able to make his way down, and the terrorists still only have pistols. Aang has to wide peek, missing another orb shot. And he's able to clean up towards the end. Seabear has managed to get himself an AWP. They don't suspect that the plant has gone through just yet. Seabear's slowly coming through. Completely blinded. Still waiting as the rest of the counter-terrorists now charging on towards the site. Seabear pushing through the smoke. Has managed to push around the terrorist. And gets one! He tries to flick to get the... try to get the no-scope on towards Forge. Unable to do so. And Fray coming back quite nicely towards the latter half of this round. Guts, they do have money to buy up. Just a couple of gills on the players with poor money as they want to force up utility, and I'd say at this stage just go for a fast B. You haven't done it this round, this entire half. Looks like they're actually just going A this time, so it looks like it's going to be a hard A take. So quite interesting to see that Fray have not really varied up their options. Forge is going to be boosted up for this final round, or no, it looks like it's going to be Seeker who's actually boosted up, but it's just going to be a quick execute on towards the site. They're all coming out quickly. Nice H grenade should do a good chunk of damage, but they're on towards the boost position at this stage. Oh, this pop flash, Forge is able to dodge it because the other Guts players were coming in from the other side, but he's just taken down. Nothing he can do. Inno now peeking out. Oh, heels on the edge of the ladder, should not have shot. Catalyst should be found out quite nicely from Seabear. Nice angle to hold. Inno gets one with the AWP eventually, so a double AWP retake on towards the final round. Just the fast A was able to just really surprise the counter-terrorists. As he's looking for a kill at this stage. He's unable to get it as they manage to make their way on towards the site. Aang is going to jump up, missing a lot of the spray. Blank does manage to get Inno and Aang actually missing all the spray, then getting the one-time in the K-Star. Able to take the half 9-6. Fray have got to use some of their strategies to pull it out, and Fray, known for being a bit of a more slow-starting team, I'd say that they were doing well, just Guts were doing better. Guts were just changing up the tempo. It's very, very hard to predict what they're doing. Even we saw towards the end, they hadn't charged towards B a single time, and yet Fray still chose to actually sit 2 towards B. Nevertheless, the pistol round for both sides have begun in towards the second half, as now Guts just playing the standard 3 aggression. Now the bomb has been dropped, but Seabear's able to get one as well. They just fall back quite nicely. They've got the player advantage. They know where the bomb is. They can just kind of pincer in the terrorists and just force them to use their grenades. And we can see they originally had 2 sets of grenades, but now it's only Forge with the smoke and a flashbang. Now they're trying to push out towards mid. It's only Inno who's out so far. Forge isn't following just yet. They do breach in towards checkers, so it's going to be the counter-terrorists actually rotating very fast across. They do have a lot of kits on their players, a lot of flashbangs. As the first smoke comes on towards the site. Now Seabear has spotted out Inno. He knows there's 2 there, and he's doing his best so far. He needs to probably reload as he can, but Blank comes in and does a nice job. Seabear gets the headshot to Seeker. The bomb's being dropped, and Inno needs to charge through smoke to see if he can make anything work. Does manage to get Fluke, but it's going to be tagged through smoke. A little bit of server lag, I'd say, at this stage, as Inno has to charge out through the edge, and Seabear just flicks and one-taps in very nicely. So Guts in firm control at this stage, 10-6. Quite nicely, as now you've just paused, not sure what's going on. Maybe it's a tack pause, maybe it's a pause to see what they can do in terms of stopping the lag and whatnot, but I think it just may be a tack pause at this stage. Yeah, they need to. I think this tac pause is just for the upcoming buy rounds. I don't think they have much expectation of winning this. They just need to get the bomb down so they try not losing another round. I mean, if Guts are up 12-6 on the, I mean, Cage is still CT sided. We have seen some good executions from Fray, however, to bring it back. But they really just need to be able to shut down Guts in probably the. I'm just trying to count the rounds in the 18th round, so they try to come back at least towards 7-11, and then try to build somewhat to come back. Because the problem is if Guts are about 12-6 ahead with a full buy, and you guys got a full buy, and Guts wins that, that's effectively 14-6. Whereas if you lose it on 11-7 or whatnot, it's going to be 8-11. Oh, sorry, 12-7. 13-7, you still got 3 rounds to make a comeback instead of 2 rounds, where 14-6, that's a lot of pressure to come back from. Nevertheless, the unpause has been called from Fray. Guts opting to go with a lot of SMGs, just the single A4 on blank, so looks like Fluke is having a bit of tech issues at the moment. He has bought an MP9, so probably wants to sit in a close position. So Guts just needs to be careful at the stage and make sure they don't get overwhelmed. Just play close positions with the SMGs. Try to get the trades as we do go back towards the game being live. Just sit the close positions, get the trades, get them working out quite nicely, set up some crossfires. And then the game suddenly will be in the favour of Guts very strongly. But Fray, they just got to figure out, they probably, with this round, just got to try to identify where the players stay, and we just see them coming out straight towards A side. So the first smoke coming out, that's a very deep smoke. Seabear is thinking about pushing through, but decides not to, as it's a poor smoke, and does well to hold in his aggression. So Blank has got the Overwatch position from Truck ready to go. As we see Catalyst, he's got the Molotovs and smoke grenades. As the first bunch of flashes pop, but Blank spraying through the smoke just instantly takes down Fluke. Seabear completely blind, gets one, tries to transfer the sprays, unable to transfer any more. JT, I'm not sure why he's trying to hide, is able to pick off Inno as he tries to wide peek, so they've only lost one so far. The bomb plant has been dropped. I think Blank has been dinked towards that stage. The bomb plant will be able to successfully go down, so that is very well done by Fray, as they're able to probably buy the next round. Some of the... Actually, no, they won't be able to buy, sorry, I take that back. They used a lot in utility to try to break the counter-terrorists, and the only person they lost was Seabear with the UMP, so they're unable to get the A1, the A4 down, sorry, not the A1. So it's going to force them into another eco, and this time probably, yeah, so K-Star's got the most cash, he's just bought the Deagle. He should be able to afford the AWP even in the next round. Meanwhile, Guts, we see Fluke with the another M4, so slowly just upgrading towards rifles and playing those rifles, and probably just a far off distance where they're most powerful. Fray this time playing a lot slower, not going to be rushing. K-Star, wow! With the one dig on towards JT, I think he was boosted up, I missed that, but what a shot from him, really just to open it up, as JT has to say nice shot. I mean, from boost, taking down the FAMAS player at mid. And so Guts, Forge is tagged, K-Star down to 77 HP, but the counter is more than happy to just play 2-2 as the bomb is making its way slowly towards A site. So Forge is the first man out, just with the solo man with the Glock, as Inno making noise and Squeaky making a bit of a nuisance himself, as now Squeaky's been mollied off. Seabear just spotting towards A main, but needs to be careful of mid. He's being pressured from mid very soon as K-Star's coming across. K-Star wants more Deagle kills. Seabear has managed to hide back on towards the site. I'm not sure if he'll spot it out in time or not. Forge now thinking about pushing Z. There is a player watching it, which is going to be Fluke, as Ang actually has made his way all the way around. He's managed to wrap not quite nicely like a Tortillo. He's able to get the double and just molly it off. Now, Inno's pushing through, should be able to get the kill on the Seabear, is able to do so. K-Star spamming through with the Deagle, unable to find anything. Blank and Fluke cleaning up, and they know where Inno is. He's the last man left standing on quad. And the stage really just should let time die and then kill him just to make sure he can't get any cash. I mean, he has to just try and die at the stage. There's nothing else he can do. 10 seconds left on the timer. Ang is actually pushing very close now, so he's been spotted out. They take him out, so they don't go for risky, they just go for the safe play. Only losing 2 guns, but they'll be able to force up quite nicely on towards the rifles. So the first buy round coming out from Fray, the single AWP K-Star. Seeker's got the AK towards the end. They've got a full set of utility, but so did the counter-terrorists, so Except for Seabear, unfortunately, who had to buy up once again, and he's quite poor. He only has a flashbang and the mold and the smoke grenade to use. Sorry, just charging straight out of mid. There was just no repercussions, no flashbangs, no anything. He's broken vent, able to get Ang very quickly. I don't think they were expecting that, but they need to be able to make sure that they watch the aggression. Seeker should be able to get a pick on this position. It's a fluke. He does well to get one J Seeker out of nowhere, getting the double. And Guts probably just have to save this at the end of this round. Just the aggression out of mid, just not good enough from Guts. Fray able to pick them apart. The bomb plant going B side as Seeker's tagged quite heavily. K-Star hitting him in the buttocks, so to speak. I think that's quite wrong. So, let's see if K-Star can do a Winter Fox wallbang. I don't think he is, as he's still towards the B site. Oh, sorry, yeah, he's towards holding the B site. I think they know now the counter-terrorists are not going to be trying to go for the defuse. They are just going to be saving. And the frag hunt begins. Seabear just going to smoke himself off. Forge now pushing through, spraying through, but he's not going to find anything. And I think at this stage he shouldn't risk it. Throwing an HE grenade just bounces off. So Forge missing an HE grenade. It's okay. It was on stream. You can be proud of that. But yeah, so Fray, they've alleviated a lot of pressure off them. They're able to pick up the first round of the terror side, but Guts, they're still able to force up. So Fray wants to make sure that they can break the backs of the counter-terrorists in this round. And we see two going towards mid, blank with the AWP, able to pick off K-Star. So K-Star's aggression unable to work so far. JT, the man to just flash through to see if he can find anything. Looks like there's no one spraying through. He needs to be careful of mid, as nice flashbang from his teammate allows him to pop down towards checkers, as the rest of Fray now coming back towards mid, going to be smoked off. Some nice team play from both sides, as now the boost comes out from Inno. He's got the AWP, but Ang is right underneath it, so Forge should be throwing a flashbang out quite shortly. He is trying to line it up. Not going to throw it just as of yet, as Ang just going to be hiding underneath the drop. Oh, nice Molotov. Forge is able to dodge it, however, and Inno, oh my goodness, Ang has done the worst job of landing the spray, and as a result, I mean, they've just got mid control, and they've equalized the situation. 4-on-4, counter-terror split between A side and B side, as Fray have control of mid. Coming across, just peeking towards quad, but looks like they are attacking the A site as the A site attack begins. Some of Guts needs to start rotating as Fluke gets one, Fluke gets two, he gets three, and oh my goodness, the last man is going to be Seeker. Fluke from nowhere with the triple Fluke. That was very interesting. Fluke, he gets the 4 kill and holds it. My goodness, I would love to actually see what was on his player view, but he went absolutely ham and just destroyed Fray by himself, and that's how you land the A1 spray. That's how you get the headshots. My goodness, did he do work? Is now terrorists thinking about taking a fast mid control. Oh, blank unscoped just at the wrong time. They're just coming straight out towards mid. They've got 3 stacked up towards the box, 2 towards A main, and Seeker is coming across, is able to get the first pick on towards blank, so the attack on towards the A site begins. Now, whether or not JT can follow the heroics is a different question, as so he's unable to do so. Fluke, the last man left standing, unable to do anything as Catalyst gets the double, so the fast aggression towards mid, once again, working for Fray. They just go straight out of mid. And Guts, unable to hold it, they're forced onto an eco. They may just try to HE stack mid instead this round. A couple of P250s are dropped, but only the single USB on Seabear, as they do come towards mid, but no grenades. Seabear does go towards sandbags. JT highway, bomb dropped outside A main. As Fluke, pushing very aggressively up, has forced Forge back. As this 3 stack has not found anything towards B just yet. Forge thinking about pushing in. He's just slowly edge-peeking in, slowly trying to find something. I think he was able to spot out one nice headshot on towards blank. Blank pushing a little bit too far. And the rest of Guards thinking of doing something as JT's found out from mid by now Forge spraying through, able to get one, unable to pick up Ang. So Ang is the last man left standing. He's going to take the AK for himself. Probably wants to save this so his team can fully buy up in the next one, as he's actually the poorest player. But he's in a poor position. He shouldn't be able to save this the rest of Fray at this stage on the hunt. Not the severe ult, mind you, just on the terrorist hunt for the counter-terrorists. It's like the annual Easter egg hunt, but you want to find the counter-terrorist and make sure he doesn't save. Your prize is really nothing much at this stage. I guess he'll be able to force up for Mars. But Aang can actually do a lot of damage if he's able to kind of escape Sneaky Beaky. Now Seeker coming across, so Aang watching so many lines, needs to be careful. Oh my goodness, Seeker is coming across, is unable to find him as Aang does manage to get the kill. Now he's trying to run away as fast as he can. Also spots an Inno, and Inno from that range getting a headshot and 14 HP. Nicely done by him. So Guts, their lead is slowly dwindling away, so they need to try to recoup and regather at this stage as Fray have the nice economy advantage, as we see 5k on 3 of their players, or nearly 5k on 3 of their players, and they're just going straight towards B this time. No orbs on the hands of Guts. It's going to be quite difficult for them to hold this B aggression if Fray choose to go very aggressive. Looks like they aren't so far. JT still towards mid, is going to break vent with the USP. Forge is playing the lurk position. Inner's coming back to just back him up as they go towards A to make sure that no one is pushing aggressively. First Molotov on towards Boost. And a deep smoke grenade works out quite nicely, I think, in the favour for Guts, as JT is able to see and make sure that no terrorists can actually push in further towards mid. But the bomb is still allocated towards B side, so I think Fray just want to see if they can find out any overextended Guts players at this stage and see if they can draw out and pull out some of their guts, so to speak. Seeker now, he's the man with the bomb. K-Star with the AWP. Oh, barely missing JT. JT has to fall off. JT has no flashbang, so he just has to aim deal it out. Now Inno is able to get one. Angle's pushing up. Blank is unable to support him. JT now AWP down. Fluke, he gets one. Now dropping down, he's unable to get the second. Does tag Seeker down very low, but Fray able to charge into the B side, able to take it once again. And the rest of Guts probably, yeah, they're just looking to save once again, so they're just falling back towards Squeaky. Not sure if they're going to boost up or just go towards T-spawn. As we see, Seabear's actually made his way towards B backyard as I open up. Jeez, that was loud. Wouldn't expect it was that loud. Looks like my sneaky chips opening in cinemas weren't actually that sneaky, as everyone knows that I was eating potato crisps. But, on the hunt, is now charging. And I don't like how Guts actually split themselves up between T-spawn as well as Squeaky is. Blank able to get the first kill. Now Seeker coming across. Seabear, nice shot to find the headshot, but K-Star's got the AWP. Whoa, barely missing that shot, and should be able to save. So some damage done as Catalyst is able to pick up Blank from behind. So Seabear should be able to stay alive, able to save one rifle. But Fray, this is a danger time for Guts now. They need to be able to pick up a couple of rounds, or Fray should be able to win this. I mean, they've built up a lot of economy. I mean, even with the guns lost there, still 5k on 2 players, and really you don't want the terrorists having money to buy up if you do lose and you take heavy attrition. Looks like they're actually just going to play 3-2. They've just completely given up on mid at this stage. The M4 on Seabear is going to be boosted up to spot what I don't know is this particular moment, as Forge is making his way towards Toxic. He's unable to find anything just yet, but he needs to be careful of Fluke, as Fluke has managed to make his way towards B boxes. The rest of the terrorists just flashing out of mid, but falling back towards the B side once again. Aang now peeking out. Forge easily able to find a headshot towards him. Fluke unable to do anything but just wait slowly. First Molotov goes in towards Checkers, but he's not there. He's still waiting. He's waiting. Now they're coming across. Inno is able to get the pick on towards JT from Squeaky, and Forge onto him at this stage. As Blank is actually tagged down very low, isn't going to be charging in, and Seabear probably in a difficult situation on deciding whether or not to save. Just waiting for Inno to push out at this stage, I guess. But Inno is not going to risk it, just spraying through and falling back. He doesn't want to lose his AK. He knows he's isolated at this stage, and Seabear, he wants to try to take this AK off of him. So does Blank, as Blank is very close to Squeaky, but Inno with the timing able to get Blank through the squeaky doors. And suddenly Seabear, the last man left standing, is able to find Seeker, is able to take him down, but his position is now known. Inno is going to flash himself. Actually, they don't know where he is. Don't know why they're shooting towards there when he just killed someone towards T-spawn. But the hunt begins. Seabear 1 on 4. 2 charging out now. He gets 1, unable to get the second, unfortunately. Unable to land the spray. And he sells his life dearly, though, towards the end, getting 2 kills. But Fray, they're unstopped at the stage. They've picked up the last 4 rounds in a row to bring this back towards 11-13. Guts, they're going to need to do something a little bit different to stop the aggression of the terrorists. And Seabear's picked up the AWP this time. He's going towards B to try to get the pick. So it's going to be a K-Star versus Seabear deal. It looks like K-Star is playing passive at this stage. No control from the terrorists this time towards mid. The counter-terrorist still just boosting, actually just boosting one player up this time. So they've boosted up blank towards A site. But otherwise the terrorists are more happy just to play passively at this stage. Not wanting to risk a pick and just letting Guts use all their utility. Forge is now thinking about peeking out of mid as the smoke has faded. They should get one terrorist up towards boost at this stage, however. Blank has managed to make his way all the way into A main. Now with the A1, he needs to be careful as all the smokes come out towards mid very quickly as the terrorists have a double boost lined up. They're just not sure what they're waiting for at this stage as they are now charging out towards mid. Seabear, he's in a bit of a poor situation. He's flashed and he's been spotted out. He's still scoped in, and he's going to be shot in the back at this stage. Eno just takes him out. There's no repercussions. Fluke needs to be able to hold the site by himself, but I don't think he'll be able to do so. He gets 1, but he has to be traded out. I mean, Fray just doing very well at this stage. Ang is doing his best to try to spray through to find anything. He's unable to do so, however. And the bomb plant down on the B site. I think Guts know this is the time to go for it. A 3 on 4. Now, Blank is coming all the way from B backyard. There is the one person lurking towards mid who's now coming towards the vent, and that is going to be Catalyst. He's now coming towards vent. Inno within checkers. Looks like Guts opting to save once again. They just need to try and stop any of these guns leaving the site. Looks like Blank also falling back towards B backyard. The rest of the counter should be able to save in CT spawn, so Blank by himself needs to just make sure the A4 is held out. But Fray, coming back ever closer to tie this up, is now 12-13, so... And they've got enough money to buy for at least, I'd say, 3 rounds. A dire situation for Guts, as now they probably have to force up. As we see the rifles being dropped around, they've managed to save 3 rifles. Fluke forcing up, so is Ang. Or forcing up behind the rifles. I mean, they've lost so many rounds in a row, they do get 3.4k each, and we see they're just giving up mid-control instantly. Forge, more than happy just to charge out. He goes, oh, look at this, the counter-terrorist just giving me mid-control. How nice of them. Now, they are trying to boost up. Oh, they managed to dodge the bullets by a little bit as they slowly hop up. Able to do so is K-Star. Oh, he's cheating. He's looking through the counter-terrorist through a wall. He's cheating, guys. He needs to be vac banned as JT pushing through Squeaky, trying to catch a player by surprise. It's not going to work as Seabear as the solo man, as the rotation does come out from Guts. Fray, meanwhile, they have mid-control now, slowly pushing up as well. It's Fortune Catalyst working together in unison. First flash comes through. Seabear completely blind. Within Squeaky, thinking about pushing through as well, but Seabear is able to reallocate. He's able to get 1, but Catalyst does manage to get the trade. Now Forge pushing through, able to get 1. Catalyst getting 2. Now last man standing is going to be Ang for the counter-terrorist. There's only Forge who is low, who's going to just run back, and at some stage counter-terrorist has just got to stop saving and just got to go for it. But so far, just Fray just able to just run in, just get the executes. So I said the power of the T side from Fray. I should not have doubted it, I guess. But similarly, Guts need to do better to hold the mid position. They have just been consecutively round after round just losing mid, and as a result just losing control of the rest of the map. And should be able to save. Fray are not going to be hunting this time. They do have 1 low player, but I think they've just locked in their money for probably the rest of the game at this stage. I mean, 12k, 13k in Catalyst, 13k in K-Star. Even if Catalyst needs to buy back, he's still buy up. He's still got 8k to work with. If he loses, still 9k to work with. If he loses again, still 5k to work with. So he'll be able to buy for at least 3 rounds. So Terra's economy looking good. Guts economy on the opposite side of the spectrum, not looking very good, as they're able to get, an AWP, a couple of M4s. but no Molotovs. I mean, one Molotov against Seeker just comes straight out. Just this aggression towards mid just goes completely unpunished round after round. Seeker now spamming through. Unable to find anything, just as yet he's tagged once, as Fluke is thinking about pushing very close, but he's going to be found out by Forge very easily. So, Guts, I think at this stage, Blank needs to pull off a heroic, as if he landed the shot in the Catalyst, maybe able to pull it off, but Fray just executing towards two sides at the same time. JT is unable to find anything with that checker spam, and Catalyst able to take down Seaver. So JT, the last man left standing, has to charge through the Molotov as the rest of them make their way back towards B site, and Forge and Checkers just lurking, able to get the kill. And I think the stage is going to be GG towards Fray. There's nothing that Guts can do. I mean, they've lost so many buy rounds in a row. They've just been unable to hold mid, unable to hold any site. Fray just been able to just walk in with their executes and just sometimes just dry peeking, just getting the frags. And it's just that's just not good enough at this stage, frankly speaking. Guts, just why aren't you putting your AWPer towards mid? Even just try getting two AWPs towards mid to stop this aggression. Look at this, Forge is just charged out. I don't know why the Guts players are just so persistent on just holding knives out and just running out with without guns. Do you want to get killed? Because that's how you get killed. Fluke is pushed very close towards the edge of the smoke coming in. Doesn't know Catalyst is there. Catalyst able to get an easy kill. Meanwhile, Forge able to get a kill onto Seabear, who's just pushing through Squeaky. I think at this stage, this round is all but forfeit as well at this stage. Bomb is towards A main. Blank has made his position known. Aang is able to finally pick up Catalyst towards the end. Oh, Blank! Nice eagle headshot. But Inno just follows up very quickly afterwards. So Aang, last man left standing, might as well go for it. As he does take the AK out. Inno still waiting. Inno peeking towards the left, just spotted out, able to get the kill onto Aang quite easily. So this is the final, possibly the final round for Guts. I'm afraid they've got a lot of money to work with. Guts do not. Guts need to try to buy a couple. They've got one AWP and all rifles once again, so they haven't mixed it up at this time. And that may cost them. I think they do have a bit of a better mid control this time, but Seabear's pushed really far up with the AWP. Now watching towards boost, probably the right position to watch at this time, as Blank has managed to push on towards A main, thinking about pushing the edge. Able to find Seeker, so Blank is able to get the opening frag, but what was that with the spray? Able to land the consecutive headshots through the door to take him out, and now Blank, he's still with an A main. He's just completely unchecked at this stage. He does a lot of damage to Catalyst and has really shut down the aggression from the terrorists at this stage. K-Star now peeking out towards Highway, and mid needs to be careful. The AWPer as Seabear is doing the same, but vice versa towards Garage from Highway. And Blank actually pushing through. He's just aggression so hard. K-Star does manage to pick up Seabear. Hanging out, pushing in towards B side. So this is much better from Guts. Getting the information towards the final stage of the round has been able to spot out Forge and able to spot out K-Star. But K-Star is able to hop away. Aang unable to get the trade, but Blank is going huge, getting another kill. I'm not sure where this time, maybe from A main, as we see Fluke making his way towards B, able to get the spray down towards Forge. K-Star, the last man left standing with AWP, coming towards the B side, has the bomb scoped in, walking through, checking Heaven at this stage. Fluke still waiting to see where he wants to go. It looks like he is going towards Heaven. Now, the smoke does come out, so the communication is going to come out that it is going to be a B-side take. There is no time for K-Star to rotate in towards the site. He does manage to make his way towards Pit. Now coming towards Heaven, easily able to get access on towards the site. We'll be able to get the bomb plant down. First, HE grenade comes out, able to dodge it. Now, another flashbang coming out. K-Star is blinded by that, however. As Blank is on 6 HP, probably should be a first person pushing in through Heaven. And followed up by Fluke, so Molotov towards back of site. Should be able to find nothing just yet. K-Star, he's just waiting patiently and able to get the AWP shot, but Fluke able to kill him in the end, so nothing K-Star could do from that position, and it's going to be a 15-14, so Guts able to take that, but really just, that was just all Blank just pushing in A main, and Blank just going huge, so Guts, are they able to do it? They're able to bring him back in overtime towards the death. I mean, I'm not sure. Fray, full buy once again. 2 for Masters on the side of Guts this time. What are they going to do? It's going to be an absolute miracle for them to try to work something out. As Fray, I mean, I shouldn't have said miracle, as they were able to pull off the miracle earlier. And Catalyst coming out, able to get 2 kills. JT only able to get 1. So already a 3 and 4. This is not ideal. And the hero from the last round, Blank, is dead. Died to bits, so to speak. So, will it work? I mean, how's Guts going to come back to this? As now Fray begin their attack onto the B side, coming in very quickly. The solo man is going to be Ang. He's got the FAMAS, waiting. Spot out Forge, able to get 1 kill. Rest of the terrorists coming across. He's able to get 2. He sold his life Gilly. Oh my goodness, Fluke pushing in. He's unable to find anything. Now Seabear, the last man left standing. The man with the AWP. Nice Molotov. Should stop the plant. Oh my goodness, he's able to get Catalyst. I think they were trying to boost up. Now Seekit knows one's towards Heaven. He's able to throw the Molotov towards Heaven, but Seabear's he's reallocated himself. Where did that Molotov go? Okay, it did go nicely. Needs to fake plant it. No! You needed to fake plant it. We do go into overtime. Guts evasion bring it out of nowhere. Seabear's won the 1-on-2. I don't know why Seeker didn't fake it. I mean, the counter-terrorists could have relocated at that stage. You had to fake it. So we are into MR3, so Fray going to be staying on the T side. Now, the momentum is back in Guts' favour, however. They've won the last 2 from match point down. And that's not something I can easily say with Guts, so kudos to them as once again one of them gets picked towards mid. So I guess bad luck blank for getting picked off at mid again. I mean, you got to start throwing a couple of HE grenades there. We see Fray every single time just coming out towards mid, just throw a couple of HE grenades in. Surprise what you can find. As Forge, as mentioned, make his way all the way close towards the B entrance, thinking about pushing further. Fluke is holding the pit position. As we see, the rest of Fray just probably going to be double boosting up towards mid and trying to take control of this. Tree is going to be smoked off. Nice flashbang, but Forge is able to dodge it just in time, able to hide away. There's no trade of aggression. Molotov into vents as Ang now pushing close towards garage, but the bomb is towards A, so it's going to be attack on towards A site. As we see the smokes coming out, and they slowly land, and the bomb is coming towards the A site indeed. So, and I've managed to mess up Auto Director once again. It just likes looking at smokes. I don't understand this. Looks like they're actually faking back to B. Please help. I can't. I can't do anything. Okay, there we are. It was interested in the smoke, but Ang able to get 1, pushing from mid, but Forge able to get the spray down towards the end of 2-on-3. Once again, a retake towards B side. So Catalyst gonna get the bomb plant down. Seabear peeking slowly across. But Seeker is aware of the flank as JT is coming behind. Seeker should be able to find him and does find him in the end. So Seabear's the last man left standing. He's going to smoke himself off, but I think that smoke hasn't gone far enough. He needs to come across on the side. Nice quick scope to get 1. But he doesn't know where the other 2 terrorists are. Oh, nice find, but Forge able to get the trade. So Seabear is going absolutely on fire with the AWP at this stage. But he's unable to find any more frags. Unfortunately, he can't do much else. They can only buy all M4s. Guts need to win this. If they do not win this, they only have pistols for the final round of overtime, and that may just be forfeiting what rights they have of trying to win this overtime. They've done well to bring it back. They just need some individual heroics as we see Seeker just spamming through mid. No mid aggression this time. As a couple of HE grenades do come out now, so that's good to see from Guts. K-Star, he spotted the push coming in towards the B side. So Fray should respond towards the other side. Molotov, nice Molotov should deny any more information. It has to fall back. Forge now in towards T spawn. Sorry, just waiting to see if any more counter-terrorists kind of want to go a little bit more aggressive. It looks like they're not. Seabear has been tagged through the wall by K-Star's AWP. Seabear is going to be found out. Nice headshot from Inno to open up the round. As the bomb still waiting at the back of A main. They still haven't decided to go anywhere as K-Star gets the tag onto Fluke. So Fluke now down also onto 28 HP. Fray, they can work anywhere they want so far. It looks like they are coming back towards mid and B site. So, but Guts are spread on a 2-on-2. Once again, a lot of work for some of the individual players. Blank is playing very aggressively, and he has to fall back. He does spot 2 of them. The first Molotov comes out, denies the terrorists pushing it any further. But Inno just lurking is able to get the kill on towards Fluke. And the Molotov's now coming on towards site. But this is spotted out the rotation. They're just going straight back towards A. Inno, he's able to still slowly lurk and just find a nice position for himself. I don't think he's spotted out Ang. Oh, he knows where he is now, spamming through. He's able to get the headshot in the end as that you may have seen the edge of the barrel. So Guts gonna have to save once again, as we see JT falling back, and this is the worst situation for them to be in at this stage. Hi YouTube chat, thanks for joining in. I guess. Thank you for joining me on this evening of some high-octane Counter-Strike global offensive action. As now the terrorists on the hunt, they've got a lot of money and they're able to do so. But I think Blank should be able to escape alive, and he is able to do so. Yeah, he's able to escape alive. Bomb plant will explode shortly afterwards. It's going to be in the favour of Fray, 17-15, and Blank. Oh my goodness, Forge, nice headshot from him, as Blank does manage to get the trade, thankfully. But they've only got the single A4 to work with. We see Blank dropping, and for Mars, he's only got single flashbang pistols from the rest of Guts. What can they do? Don't think I've seen them win an anti-eco, so Fray should be able to get this round, I would say, but we've seen miracles happen before once again. As we said a couple of rounds before, but once again, the terrorists just charging straight out of mid. So Forge, he just instantly locks down, takes on JT. JT playing aggressively, unfortunately unable to find anything. K-Star is watching towards the B-side aggression this time. But once again, mid control from the terrorists. Fray, anywhere they choose to go, they can go towards, as now first flashes out towards Z, and some nice cross-firing setup. Big Hang has been spotted out, so Forge takes him down. So Forge, so far, Dad with 2 kills, as he's now smoking up Highway. Looks like the bomb should be making his way towards B quite shortly, so they're just taking control of Z at this stage. Inno is the first man through. Z-Bear does have the Deagle at close range. This is unfortunately able to get one shot. He's not able to get a second. Catalyst mid-mod gets Fluke. He was playing very aggressively towards the other side. And now the last man left standing is going to be Blank. And he's got a lot of work to do ahead of him. He's spotted out Inno, but Inno spotted him out first. I think that lag indicates, as we all know at this stage, what the result's going to be, as Fray just comprehensively winning the T side overtime, but that was to be expected. Even, I guess, expected. Guts, they had the momentum, but they had a lot of problems towards mid, and as you can see, these problems really just kept showing up, and they lost. They were up 13-6, just losing 9 rounds in a row before it was a 2 trade towards Guts. They will manage to clutch out towards the end with some heroics from both Z-Bear and Blank. Now it's up to, but Guts did well on their T side. They were able to take 9 rounds, so now it's up to them to force an issue. Forge able to instantly get 1, so it's not gone well for them. They have the bomb still back towards A main, but Seeker able to push A main, able to spray and take down Fluke. So this already in the favor of Fray. They've got the man advantage, 4-3, bomb making his way back towards B, but Inno's actually pushed all the way to Toxic. Oh my goodness, he's able to spot down Aang, able to take him out. Now pushing and seeking towards Checkers. Terrorists are slowly pushing up. Nice flashbang from Inno, but he knows that there's going to be 2 more terrorists. Oh, he's dancing around, he's able to get 1, but he's already done the work, as Blank is the last man left standing. They know where he is, he's got the bomb, it is the first map. And Blank, he's on a 1-3, him against the world. As he's slowly peeking out towards mid. Looks like he wants to go towards A. Mid may be the worst position to go, as K-Star does take him out with the AWP. So in the end, 19-15, as Guts are able to try to make an attempt at a comeback, unable to do so, and in the end, it is going to be the round towards, it is going to be the first map towards Fray, and as we can see from the chat, they should be able to, they're trying to get a different server at this stage. I'm not sure if they will be able to, but until then, we'll go for a quick break. If you have just joined us, it is Fray up against Guts to see who will be the top of their group. So everyone please stay tuned, as we should be going to a cracker for Train. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back towards Fray versus Guts, as you can probably see from the logo, but apologies, I'm a bit fatigued. I was not planning to cast originally, but things happened, and well, I'm here casting, and Fray did manage to take the first map. It was a very, very tight map. They were actually down 13. They were down 6-13. And they managed to bring it back with 9 rounds in a row. Then Guts managed to bring it back into overtime. Then Fray just cleaned up in 4 rounds. So it was a 19-15 scoreline in the end. And this is going to be Guts' pick. So interesting to see how they're going to go. And I'm not sure if Fray have any strats for this map, but hopefully they do, so we can see some nice picks from both sides. Regardless of how it goes, I think whichever team wins this will end up at the top of the leaderboard, so let's hope we can see some good counter-striking tonight for this intermediate division. And as per always, I'm just trying to find my words, I'm sorry. This intermediate division of CGPL would not be possible without our sponsors Mwave, MSI, Nvidia, AOC, Turtle Beach, Plantronics, Netgear, AK Racing, and Logitech. So a big shout out to them for making it possible, but let's get directly into the game. I mean, they're able to make this possible, so let's just watch the game as the knife round proceeds forward. I think the team that wins probably would want to opt towards the CT side unless they've got some nice T round strats. I do believe Train feels a little bit more T-sided than the previous iterations, but I think it's just ingrained within people that it is still a CT-sided map. But there's still definitely a lot of potentials to be explored, which hopefully Guts will show us today, as well as Fray. As Seabear, the only man left out as he's trying to run away desperately, and this knife round is going for longer than it probably should be at this stage. I think both teams are taking it quite seriously, and I think it's important to note that they've actually changed servers. As you can see by the ping, it's reduced drastically down. Before we had players with nearly 70 to 100 ping. Now they have 30 ping each, as we see a bit of an interesting wait, as both teams now just slowly coming across towards mid-con, as Forge just so say. Let's do this mid-con, but Fluke looks like he's AFK. JT waiting to see if he can get a pick towards an AFK, but Seabear, he's going to be found out really quickly, and oh no, Seabear's died, so is Ang. Catalyst, very hungry for the kills, Blank now falling back, able to get one, unable to get any more unfortunately, and JT's able to get one, but I think Fluke was AFK, and JT should fall quite shortly afterwards, so Fray is able to get the knife. Yeah, Fray won, it was 19-15. And you guys go to Christos. Christy. So, Fray is switching towards the CT side, Guts going to be forced onto the T side. As we wait for everyone to type the crucial words dot and R. As we are now waiting for Seeker, Inno, and K-Star. Looks like we are going live. So Fray opting to start on the CT side. Then Guts gonna be forced to show us their hand. So JT, he's got the smoke grenade and a Molotov. I like this already. I don't normally see Molotovs coming out on the pistol round, but definitely a lot of strong utility, as it looks like they're splitting towards SL and Vines at this stage. And Blank. That's Blank and Ang towards Vines. The rest of the players now waiting in SL. See if they can find anything. K-Star has spotted out one. Nice shot to actually find Ang. The first smoke grenade does go down towards Ivy, but now the counter-terrorists have all rotated across. Catalyst has spotted the bomb plant, however, so it is going to be a B-take. Catalyst is stuck in a really poor situation. He does fall, but he's managed to relay the information. Blank coming through, is able to get one, but Forge gets the trade. Seeker also taking out Fluke at the same time, so it's all up to... It's a 3-on-2. Now, Inno is quite low, so Guts definitely in the post-plant positional advantage at this stage. And Seabear, he tries to turn around to try to make something work. He's unable to do so. Molotov coming out towards the site. Nice Molotov will kill Inno towards the end. They know where he is, however, so he's just going to fake tap at Forge. And he fake taps it quite nicely. What are they doing? Someone go pick up the kit, defuse the bomb. My goodness sake, it's Clown Fiesta over here. That nearly cost him the defuse. Like, I don't know why Seeker just didn't go and pick up the kit immediately and come back and just go, yo, I've got the kit. It should not have been forced onto Forge to actually come around, so Seeker needs to not do that next time, because I've seen that happen before, and that has costed teams rounds, so very, very silly mistake. Luckily it didn't come with anything, but they need to be cautious of this in the future. Guards have managed to get the bomb down, so they've just gone full eco with just a single flashbang to see if they can force down the bomb once more. They will be buying AKs in the next round, so we see K-Star and Forge with FAMASas there. All terrorists just all going to Whitehalls at the stage, so either they're all going down SL or they're going in towards B. It looks like they're going towards B as Catalyst gets the first kill at the edge of the smoke. Standard one-way smoke as they are coming towards upper B at this stage. And they're just dropping down on towards the site, so it's up to Catalyst, and I think it is Forge to hold Inno. As Catalyst getting 2 kills, Inno is able to get 1, the bomb plant unable to be down, however his blank does dink Catalyst, but Forge is able to clean up towards the end quite nicely, and Fray are going to be up 2-0. It is going to be a buy from Guts. We see AKs, smokes, and possibly a fast mid-take, and Fray, they're actually opting to stay with the UMPs, even though they've got the cash, and I am disapproving of this. I don't know how to channel my best Snape impression, but I'm quite disapproving of this, as we actually see the windows being broken towards B side, so possibly a couple of nice flashes and smokes coming out towards this mid-train yard. Inno's behind the E-box, however. He's in a good position to do some damage. I think Vito's... I can't remember the bans, but I do know the picks was... It was Cache from Fray, then it was Train from Guts, quite interestingly enough, and then everything else was vetoed out, and the final map was going to be Dust 2, so Dust 2 will be the third map. If we do decide to go to it, Seabear is now coming across, we'll find, quite easily. I mean, he just walked straight through, there was no one watching it, and Guts, this may be their cue to actually go towards the A site. Now, Forge and Catalyst are pushing very aggressively up. Seeker is forced out by the Molotov, Seabear doing the majority of the opening work so far, but now they're on the flankers. Catalyst is able to get the AK, dropping down SL once he's able to find so. The bomb has been dropped. Forge is making his long way back as K-Star is at the old bomb train, still just trying to make sure he's alive, to make sure the players do not get the bomb plant down from Guts. And Catalyst still towards SL is able to drop down finally. The smoke should be dissipating soon. He should be able to get a nice backstab alongside with his teammates who are coming out towards CT Con. Not sure who that is making noise of the FAMAS. Ang is peeking through. Oh no, he was found out, tagged only twice out. All the players have been tagged twice. Low. Catalyst, however, is found out. They know the position of 1. K-Star boosted up, able to find Ang. Nice headshot. Now it's all up to Blank on a 1 and 2. He's landed just underneath the new Hell position. Nice Molotov into old Hell, but Blank is just holding on to it. This is smart from him. He's able to... Oh, he's botched the spray. It's a disaster, boys. That was well played from Blank, but he was just unable to do the most crucial thing, and that was line heads up with the crosshair, and as a result, Fray, they're going to be ahead. They've managed to pick up 1 AK, and I'm not sure if they were able to get a second one, but I don't think they were, and so they had to buy up another M4. And on Guts, they forced up a lot of pistols, and they just really slowed themselves. They just need to slow things down, make sure that they work their head around and go, okay, we made a bit of a mistake, so what, We've just got to make sure we come back and recruit. It's still very early on. Catalyst, once again, using that one-way smoke towards Inner. I think that's probably going to be the most exploited one-way smoke towards Inner's probably for the next couple of months. Just drop it in the corner. You don't need too much skill to do it, as they're now threatening towards mid-train yard. So Guts do have armor and tech 9s. They also have the Deagle on Seabear. Ang is actually tagged down quite low, not sure where he was from. Maybe it was towards Vines or Ivy, depends which way you want to call it, as now we see Fluke lined up alongside with the bomb holder, which is JT, ready to bust out of SL. I actually see Seabear. He's actually managed to push all the way towards Old Help. Oh no, he's missed the M4, and now Ang is able to get 1. Seabear with a Deagle, unable to get the trade. Forge still alive towards Heaven. Now Fluke able to trade him out, has the A4, but only able to touch it and just feel it for a little bit, but unable to do any more with it, unfortunately, as Whereas the Guts thinking about getting themselves into a good plant position, but unable to do so still. JT has the A4 now coming towards A site. Peeking old bomb train, spots out Inno, but Inno too sharp with the AK, able to find the head of JT and just rips it off. So Fray may be interested in probably buying an AWP at this stage. I mean, K-Star's definitely got enough money for an AWP, and he's dropped an M4 for his teammate. It looks like he's not going to buy the AWP. Guts opting to go for all AKs. JT's got the bomb. And it's going to be a split towards A site once again, but it looks like they're not going heavy aggression towards A site just yet. Inno coming very closely towards mid. Not sure if he's going to be flashed in. It looks like he's going to flash in. He misses the flash, and the flash has gone a little bit too deep, and Seabed does well to get the headshot in the end. So our Forge is there to trade out, but Seabed's done a lot of damage, so he's done well. JT's going to be Molotov, has to force back. Meanwhile, Catalyst pushing through now. He's just given up B site, so now it's up to K-Star to hold Ivy by himself. Forge smoking up mid. We see a nice high smoke grenade. Should be able to smoke off Vines. K-Star has moved to the opposite side of Vines, now coming back towards Old Hell. And we only see Seeker, who's just playing very passively towards B site so far. He's actually still in CityCon. I think they still suspect that Guts want to take the A site. They have not been faked out by this, as K-Star still wandering about by himself on his lonesome. The smoke is now faded out. They have to re-smoke it, now going back towards old bomb train. ASR's just got too many lines to watch at the stage. It looks like the bomb is making its way towards B. A wrap towards CT. This is really nice to see as Guts slowly making their way in. The counter-terrorists do not know where any of the terrorist players are at this stage. As Seeker, he may be shot from behind if he's not careful, but I think he suspected it. Vines was open, Vines was smoked off, and yeah, so Blank now slowly coming across. He should be found out by Seeker very shortly, and Seeker does take him down. So the communication is going to come across that it is the B site take. The rotation now coming in from K-Star from behind. Forge should be the first one out as he's very low. But Seeker, he is able to take down Ang as well. He's equalized the situation for himself, nearly able to find the head of Fluke. Going to be smoked off and not risking pushing through just at this stage, as K-Star has managed to come all the way behind at this stage. Fluke needs to be careful not being found out, as K-Star's jumped up, now pushing towards Heaven, now making a little bit of noise as the rest of the counter-terrorists begin their attack on towards the A site. Forge, he should be able to get a location of one of the terrorists, and he does. JT at Boiler Train, K-Star gets one, and Seeker with the triple in this round, able to get the kill. Nice team Molotov, should have dissipated just in time, as K-Star nearly died to it, so they're able to get it in the couple last final seconds, so Seeker probably needs to rethink how to throw Molotovs. I think that was a Molotov from the counter, but Fray still ahead 5-0 on Guts' pick of the map. Guts were able to get the bomb down, and with the lost round money, they're able to force up AKs once again. We finally see the AWP actually in the hands of Inno this time, and looks like he's going straight into up and see if he can get some control into Whitehall's. I think Catalyst should hold on to the smoke this time. Nice flashbang just to enable his teammate just to peek out with the AWP. Meanwhile, really just Guts the default setup is 3 towards Whitehall's, possibly 1 towards mid, and then 2 Ivy. So JT now spotting towards uppers, hasn't found anything. Inno still dancing off. Just a little bit of a dance off, so to speak. No terrorists in mid, however. I don't like how Fray actually control A site. There's no one really actively watching A. Actually, I can't say I don't like it. It's just it's defensive, and defensive Counter-Strike for me, it's not very interesting, I guess, as a caster's kind of perspective. The Seabear is now making his way out of T mid, and he's going to be spotted out by Forge. So Seeker is able to tag him twice. I think Seeker does have an AK. Inno still has the AWP, so he's still controlling Whitehalls at this stage. It's not very easy for the terrorists to actually come out, and Fluke is the man to first come out. He's able to be taken out. Inno just needs to fall back at this stage, and fall back he will do so quite nicely as he falls off, as we would have called that back in COD 4, just a pallet slide, just to stop any fall damage. And he's going to fall all the way back towards the back of B train yard. Meanwhile, the rest of, I think Forge, he shouldn't stay there for too long. I hear the Geiger counter ticking, and that's not good, as Blank actually, they just roll their way out of mid and Ivy at the stage. K-Star, he's still spotting towards Vines, but he needs to be careful as Ang, it pushes out just at the right time, able to find him. Forge spraying through, able to take down Ang, down to 1 HP. Blank cleans up, Blank gets the double, and suddenly Inno's the last man left standing. This A site just unable to work in any favor. And I think he still wants to force this issue coming towards Vines, but Blank, he says no, and He's got the 4 kill in this round. He's just won this round for Guts solo-handedly by himself. He's also picked up the AWP, given it to the hands of Seabear. And Fray actually lost their first round. You know, in a very poor money situation. Not sure if anyone's dropping him. Looks like it's not. He's only got the C set. AWP in the hands of K-Star, however. So, they really need to put this AWP towards mid to get it going, just to lock it down. Seabear has managed to make his way out. Now peeking towards A site. Oh, not sure who missed it there. Nice flash. Inno getting one. Tagging Ang down very low. I think they've done their job. Ang makes his way towards the bin. Inno still pushing through. Inno, oh, he's unable to get the rest of the spray. Still spraying through, but Steaker does manage to clean up. So the rest of Guts now going back towards B site. Catalyst still waiting there with the edge of the one-way smoke as it's fading out. Needs to fall back and falls back just in time as Seabear checks the line. Down, they're slowly walking in. The first smoke grenade has been deployed and Catalyst makes his way back behind site. High flash. Should be able to flash everything but the terrorists. Now they know where he is. Bomb plan going down behind the site. Catalyst slowly walking up as a Molotov was not very effective. Able to get the spray down towards Seabear eventually. Nope, Seeker does clean up. JT also cleaned up by Seeker. So Seeker really the carry so far. Fluke is last man left standing. Going to flash himself in as fails with the flash. Able to find one. K-Star I think may have legged him. Oh, Fluke, nice headshot. But K-Star had the grenade, so he's able to get the final say in situations. But Fluke, he came out of nowhere, got a 3k. Nearly winning the round for Guts. Unfortunately, unable to do so as K-Star is the last man left standing. Now, Fray managed to win that force. They don't have much cash left in their bank account, however, so looks like K-Star has to drop an M4 towards someone, and a UMP is being forced up from Catalyst and Inno. 2 Tech 9s and AKs forced up from Guts on the other side, but their bank is completely empty, and they don't have the loss round advantage. Whichever team loses this will be poorer than Greece, and that's probably not a good situation to be in, as Seabear is actually the first man out, and he's made his way towards Blue Train. Actually, not sure there's a Blue Alley. K-Star was spotting the line with the AWP, needs to fall back, doesn't know one's already out, so Seabear's in a good position. He is not pushing out, however, just waiting for some of his teammates to come give him some backup. Needs to be careful as K-Star is roaming around still. I think Seeker has spotted him, but Seabear, oh, Seabear's down to 50 HP, is now dueling out with Seeker. Seeker on 22 HP. And Seabear is going to whip out the smoke grenade, should be able to smoke it off quite nicely, and just needs to fall back at this stage. As the rest of the counter-terrorists are now going towards A site. Seabear on towards what Inno is trying to do. As Inno's made noise. Forge able to get one. K-Star taking down Ang. Seabear now peeking out towards T-Con. Forge doing his best to land the spray, unable to do so. Seabear has made his way all the way back towards T-Con. Spraying a little bit too early maybe, but able to get the headshot towards Inno on the end. So the terrorists now going back towards B site. Up to Catalyst to hold this with the UMP. Looks like the bomb still dilly-dallying around as JT throws the first smoke grenade. But Inno's going to be volleyed off. Nice Molotov to stop the rush coming out from the Guts team any further. Seabear, oh, he's unable to do more damage, but he did well. He sold his life dearly, able to get the first pick and able to create some more threat. But the rest of Guts now busting out and towards the A train yard. Nice headshot from JT to find Forge. Seeker is too low to do anything anymore, so the bomb plant should successfully go down. Rotation coming out from both counter-terrorists at the stage. K-Star just waiting for one of the Guts players to go aggressive, but they're not going to go aggressive at this stage. Catalyst thinking about peeking out. He's still only got the UMP. K-Star should whip out whatever pistol he has at this stage. There's Blank and JT. Blank gets the first kill with the AK, still hiding, and K-Star just has to save. There's nothing he can do. And he falls all the way back towards B site. Guts, they should also save these AKs, so a Fray eco coming out, a Guts anti-eco, so they managed to take the win towards the end. They did suffer heavy casualties though, so I won't expect a full buy coming out from Fluke, Seabear and Ang, but hopefully Blank and JT will have enough grenades so they'll be able to save their guns as well quite nicely. And they still have 2 utilities as well. Meanwhile, K-Star, he's only got the AWP, so he needs to hold on to that and just try to get more mid control at this stage. Seabear's just come completely out, and even though he was unable to get the kill until towards Inno, he did a lot of tagging towards Seeker, and as a result, that probably allowed Guts to take the A site towards the end. So Fray is just too passive towards the A site at this stage, just really just giving it up at this point in time. Seabear just taps once. Seeker only has a P2K, so it's just a full eco coming out from some of their players, and Seabear is thinking about pushing out. Inno's pushed very close towards Innes, but hasn't found anything. K-Star still watching a line with the AWP. The Terrorists are set up to... It looks like they're set up towards a B site take, but they can just go back towards SL very easily. No aggression towards Vines this time, as Forge is holding close, and so it's really up to K-Star to hold this. As soon as Guts determines where they want to go, Inno just kind of backing up his IGL leader there, but they're still not spotting anything, as Guts more than happy to take this slowly. And now out, nice headshot towards that last of the 4-bullet spray. Is able to get it on towards Seeker, now peeking out. They don't know where the AWPer is, they know the AWPer is still alive somewhere, they just don't know exactly where it is, so... Seabear now spotting a very long line. Forge now thinking... Oh, wow! Forge! Seeker just instantly comes out and dinks him. My goodness. Ang now trying to find the trade. But Forge is doing so much damage. Able to pick up the AK. He spotted JT. JT pulling the headshot out of nowhere, so he's done well. Now coming across as the AK. Gets one. They don't know where one of the players is. JT has managed to make his way towards heaven. K-Star still does an AWP and kill. So Inno is tapping around, still trying to find where the player is. They don't suspect it's towards heaven just yet. They do know that one's towards heaven. K-Star once again has to save again, and he's just, I guess, not brave enough to go for it and realizes the value of the AWP and just locking down a line. But really, Forge and Seek are doing their best to try to bring it back for the rest of their team so far. But this is well done from Guts. They built up a little bit of economy at this stage. Whereas K-Star's team in Fray, they have to decide whether to eco once again or force up. It looks like they're just going to force up color pistols and HE grenades. They're not going to force up. They want a full buy. They're going to try and aim and do as much economical damage towards the Guts team as possible. They did very well on that one, just unable to close out towards the end. Just looking towards the wrong spots. And so now jumping on top of Green, trying to get some control. They're just pushing straight out of Ivy this time. They want to get very aggressive as Inno's pushing through. Has spotted out 2 terrorists. Should fall back with his teammate quite safely. First bunch of grenades going in towards SL, but they're not going to find anything as Forge was not peeking it. Forge is just sitting outside of it at this stage. Now, Seeker is the first man to fall after playing a bit aggressively. Inno also falls behind him. I think, just playing a little bit too aggressively. The Pistols wanted to force the issue, but K-Star able to get one AWP kill. But the rest of them charging out of mid now. K-Star is trapped between 3 terrorists, so that's not a comfortable position to ever be in at this stage. But it looks like the terrorists aren't going to be pushing him. As Seabear has managed to make his way on top of Blue Train. I don't think we're able to spot out the counter-terrorist. Catalyst still hiding behind the site, has spotted out Fluke, but vice versa. His position is now known, able to dink and take down Fluke, 32 HP. And Guts making their way back towards A. So K-Star needs to rotate and hold this, but he's unable to rotate in time. He's rotated too slowly. And is smoked off. Ooh, nearly gets the shot through the smoke on towards one of the Guts players, but the Guts players are able to get the bomb down and just spray through just to deter anything. So K-Star and Catalyst going to go save. So Guts winning the last 3 rounds in a row quite nicely, all with bomb explosion, just unable to get the frag hunts, so to speak. Oh no, where did I put that thing? I put that somewhere. No, I lost my ear picky thing. Okay, there we go. Found it again. It's all good. Ang needs to be careful of not dying in the bomb explosion, so it needs to get out ASAP. It's the end of the story. Yeah, I've really bad psoriasis in my ears, so it's actually really annoying. So my ears get really itchy, but we'll get directly back into it. So Fray able to finally buy up in a long time, but like I said, that was the crucial round which allowed the terrorists the next 2 rounds. Guts able to steamroll their way to victory against a poor eco buy from the rest of the counter-terrorists. As now we see a bit more of a mid-stack coming out from the counter-terrorists. Blank just charging straight out and just getting the pick. I mean, this is working in so many phases, but oh my goodness, K-Star and Seeker able to get the trade. Seeker does manage to get killed eventually by Fluke. K-Star still doing his best with the AWP, just waiting for the bomb plant, and now it's up to Forge to deal it out with 2 terrorists charging out of Ivy, so possibly the counter-terrorists The Terrors may be charging out a little bit too aggressively. Forge forced out from that Molotov. K-Star missing one AWP shot, now relocating. Nice Molotov. And Catalyst is in a poor position. They know exactly where he is. He has to smoke himself off. That smoke does not cover the Molotov. But Forge has come into a nice position, gets the first headshot. Blank coming across. Oh, Forge, I think, dinks him through the edge of the bomb train, but only does 30 damage. And Blank, oh, Catalyst boosted up, able to get the headshot in the end. So Ang's the last man left standing. Oh, they nearly both line up. So Catalyst and 6HB, K-Star on 7:37. Nice Molotov. Catalyst needs to stick with it, and he does stick with it. Ang in the wrong position, unfortunately. So Fray clinch a round, a very, very tight round. Managed to get it regardless, and Guts now draining the last of their banks, so they've just had to suffer heavy losses against Frenetic Array these last couple of rounds now. They managed to get the score on the board. Arguably, the score is a lot more important than eco damage, but as a result, you can see how poor they are. I mean, is thinking about towards mid-aggression once again, spotted out Fluke. Oh my goodness, how was he not able to land the A4 spray? Seeker goes, alright guys, look, here's how you do it. But K-Star also gets the first AWP pick. I think it was towards Vines or towards mid. Maybe it was through smoke. Now, the rest of Guts now coming towards B side. The first smoke coming out. Nice flashbang, but the counter Molotov comes across. Catalyst flashing himself off. Now, flashbang maybe a little bit too high. He's been spotted out. And Seabear should be able to get the headshot, but they missed the first initial bunch of headshots. Catalyst is still somehow alive on 5 HP. The Molotov, he's managed to relocate himself quite nicely, however. And now Blank spotting towards the edge of the smoke. The rest of the rotations should be coming out, and Blank, as that smoke dissipates, Catalyst is able to get the frag. Ang, I'm not sure why Catalyst isn't pushing yet, he finally has. Seabear's the last man left standing towards uppers, and unable to get the pick on towards K-Star. K-Star a little bit too sharp with that AWP this time, so Fray, 8-4, draining the Guts economy. Guts may opt to go for a force buy with Tech 9s and armor, but they may just decide to buy a couple of pistols, a couple of grenades, and try to force their way into a site instead. They'll be able to get a full buy afterwards. 2 Tech 9s drop from Ang, a full buy coming out from Fray. So as we go into this end of the first half, 3 rounds left to determine the fate and the momentum, so to speak. Looks like they're coming straight out towards mid-Seeker. I'm only happy just to spot a couple of lines at this stage, but K-Star, once again, so reliable with AWP, has spotted Blank moving back. Now they just need to be careful with SL and as well as Inners. Nice deep Molotov. Catalyst needs to fall back as he's being heavily pressured by the players from Guts as they charge straight out of uppers. Catalyst does not know that Seabear's charged straight out, and Inno luckily is onto it as he managed to clean up towards the end of it. You see that floating sticker towards the top of the screen, and nice flashbang. Some nice teamwork from Fray coming out at this stage, slowly improving as we see some team assisted flashes. Now they are coming out from Ivy. Molotov thrown a little bit too early from Forge. Nice HU grenade, but it's not going to do any damage as they just go right back up the ladder. Right back from where they came from. And they may think of taking the B side. Catalyst cannot use that Molotov. Should just sit very close towards that smoke as Blank thinking about pushing through. Unable to do so. We have JT towards uppers. Unable to find anything. Looks like they're coming back to Forge. Oh no, Forge is so low and he has to fall. And he does. Seeker has managed to spot out Blank, and they know where Seeker is at this stage. They've allowed the bomb plant to go down once again. JT has been legged. Seeker needs to be careful of him. Inno is taken down. Fluke is the last man left standing. He gets a nice headshot towards K-Star. Fluke just dancing around the green train, able to buy a little bit of time, but unable to buy any more. Father Death has come for him as Catalyst will get the defuse, just waiting to make sure they can pick up the AWP once again. So, Guts able to buy up. Interesting to see whether or not Seabear will pick up an AWP. It looks like they won't, so just all AKs they'll be able to buy up in the final round. Fray, they do not have enough money to buy from the final round. They have some players, but it may be a poor force buy from 2 of the players, which is going to be Forge and Seeker, so they may opt to try and retain their weapons in this round. But Guts setting up for their default once again. Seabear now coming out with the AK towards blue. K-Star, I don't think K-Star is spotted, and Seabear just charges straight out. Is able to get 1, able to get 2. Now he's coming out, he wants more, unable to get the 3rd, and K-Star has spotted 2 towards Vines. The rotation has to be called. Guts, they got B site and A site to play at this time. Okay, so he's just roaming around trying to do his desperate best to see if he can regain A map control. It looks like Guts just going to fall back from Ivy. So the threat is still there. They're just unable to clear it. CK's actually making his way towards Heaven this time and just spotting towards Vine, but the bomb actually just waiting towards B side. Actually has an AWP. I didn't realize this, so it looks like they forced up 2 AWPs. The bomb is making its way towards B very slowly, so after spots towards Vines, needs to move back towards B. So I think the communication's gone out at this stage that there's nothing towards Vines. I need to watch B at this stage. He's going to smoke off Oppers. That's a well-timed smoke. Should delay this slightly further, but Guts with all the time to play in the world at this stage. As we see just 2 grenades about to come out, so the first smoke and the flashbang to follow up afterwards, I would say. HE grenade should do a little bit damage, but just completely blinded at this stage. As Catalyst is able to be spotted out through the edge of the smoke. It's up to him to hold the site by himself, tries to flick to find something, unable to do so. Now coming up very heavily across towards B uppers. Still unable to find anything. They know the location of an AWP on the site. Looks like that K-Star and just going to save. That is a smart decision coming out from them and going into the final round. Give Guts this round. Well played by them. Able to get to C-Bear. Honestly, just opening up so many opportunities at this moment from mid. K-Star doing very poorly. He just needs to trust his teammate at Ivy. He just needs to watch mid. You cannot let the terrorist out of mid. Either you go to CDCon and make sure he can't come out, or you spot him and communicate that information. Because at the moment, his teammates are just being caught pants down, grenades or knives out as they're trying to set up their defense. They don't expect the terrorist coming out like a jack in the box. So Guts, they've got 5 rounds. They're aiming for 6, and this is really looking like the previous game so far. 5-9. Will Guts be able to take it 6-9? They do have the arsenal for it, but Frenetic Array, they've got a full buy. Obviously from K-Star and Inno being able to save, they're able to just buy rifles for their teammates, and their teammates are able to grab some utility as well. This is much better. Inno is now spawning towards mid to make sure that they can't bust out. Or if they do, there is information given. So Fray have managed to patch up that weak spot, but the passive default is still being played from the rest of the Guts. 2 towards Ivy, or Vines. 2 towards Whitehorse, as we see now K-Star now spotting towards where Ang likes to peek. It's still going to be smoked off once again. So passive from Guts, just waiting for all the counter-terrorists to use their utility, then busting out. K-Star needs to just fall back as that flashbang goes across. The smoke grenade does come out at the last moment, so it stops information gathering from the terrorists. No boost coming out towards aggressive Vines just as of yet, but now they're making their way out of mid. Forge needs to be careful, as he is on top of Blue Train, is going to drop a HE grenade, but Inno gets the kill. So Inno's opened it up, and Inno's just been watching that entire line the entire round. This is really where it's going to open it up for the counter-terrorists, sorry, not the terrorists. The bomb is making its way back towards either SL or B site. Catalyst is still watching it. He's still waiting inside the smoke. He still has a Molotov and 2 flashbangs to use on his own. It looks like Guts are going to go towards the B site, so he's got a lot of work to do ahead of him. He's going to molly off Inners and needs to throw a higher flash next time. He's just flashing himself at this stage and really just wasting time. Fluke is going to push out towards the site. Once again, Inno just saving these players. Inno going absolutely huge. Getting the double. Now, Ang is able to pick up Catalyst towards the end. Ang's still trying to aim duel it out. Now going back towards Inners. JT stuck onside the site. Oh, Inno barely missing once again, but Inno's able to get that. He is on the ace. They know where Ang is. Ang has to peek out, and Seeker does clean up, so it denies Inno the ace, but it does give Frenetic Array the 10-5 lead on towards the terrorist side. Guts, I mean, they play this map quite well, able to move the counter-terrorists around very frequently. And as a result, able to get a couple of nice rounds onto the board. So it's up to Fray to do the same. As we see the leaderboard, I mean, K-Star, Forge and Seeker leading. Inno really just having a resurrection towards the latter half of that half. And Guts, I mean, Blank, they're all pretty much spread across equally, but I reckon Seabear was probably my pick, just getting out mid and just opening up the rounds for them to play with. Looks like Fray just more than happy just to go hard B. The bomb actually still in T-Con. And a lot of the Guts players actually just opted for full utility instead of armor. There are only 2 players with armor. The rest of them just have grenades, flashbangs and smokes to use to kind of just be able to play the retake. Ang now thinking about pushing up, and he is peeking out, and he's spotted out Catalyst. Catalyst is tagged down to 63 HP, does not have armor, needs to be careful. He's got the smokes and flashbang, so he needs to be able to sell his life dearly. Meanwhile, the rest of the terrorists are setting up towards this B site. The bomb has been dropped closer towards Whitehall, possibly for Catalyst to pick up as K-Star. No, it looks like K-Star is going back to go pick it up. Not sure what Catalyst is actually going to do with these smoke grenades. Not sure what Forge is going to do just as yet. So, looks like there may be a couple of fake flashes and smokes. Oh my goodness, Catalyst is completely blind, but there's no follow-up. And still no follow-up. And Catalyst is still alive. He's got no armor. He's decoyed these counter-terrorists really far away. Blank is able to get him eventually, but Forge, he's down to 9 HP. Not sure where he was tagged from. But oh my goodness, Fluke with a nice headshot is able to take him down. But Seeker gets the trade onto Seabeth. Seeker is now going to be taken down by Fluke. Fluke's so good with his USP so far in this round, but oh my goodness, Forge has managed to make his way all the way around, but down to 2 HP, shot in the back, all up to K-Star on a 1 and 3. They're going to smoke up the defuse. They're going to go for it, K-Star. They're trying to get the shot into Ang. He's going to... Oh, he's missed the knife. Oh, he's slashing. He does get the knife, but they lose the round, unfortunately. So, you'll have money. You'll have a lot of money to play with. Interesting to see whether or not he'll buy an AK, but Guts are able to take that round with that defuse in the smoke, so he will buy the AK. They'll force up. And they've actually got the superior weaponry, I would argue, in this round. They should just bust straight out of mid. And they are doing so. Up against MP7s and FAMASas. Nice bunch of nades coming in, but they're just charging straight through. Seabear is going to fall very quickly. Catalyst still within blue. I think he's thinking about peeking out, but he's not going to do so. They know where one is. In and out pushing out, able to find JT, able to spot the edge of another one as K-Star gets the AK kill. Blank now pushing in. Oh, he does get the bomb planter, but the bomb plant has just been... The bomb plant has just gone down, sorry, should I say. And... It's now 2 on 3. Fluke and Blank need to think about whether or not they want to retake this, and it looks like they do. Blank is now pushing very aggressively up, but he's unable to find anything just as of yet. Sprays coming out from the other players. Catalyst is able to take down Blank, who was unable to do any more damage. Fluke is completely blind, and Forge is charging him with the Tech 9, is able to clean him up quite easily. So Fray just counter-punching immediately just with the surprise AK buy from K-Star after getting the knife, the bomb plant. They had enough money, and look at this, they've got a good position for them to play with. Guts forced onto a full eco effectively. And they can go anywhere they want at this stage. You just need to be careful of the tight position, so just be careful of the rushes. It looks like it is going to be a mid-yard stack. Inno watching towards Inners. Has spotted out Fluke and is able to take him just before auto-directed shifts away. Ang taken down from Seeker, so just playing standard anti-ecos, and Guts just falling straight into Fray's hands at this stage. Bomb still towards mid, or sorry, T building towards Whitehalls. It looks like the terrorists are not interested in going anywhere just as of yet. They're still more interested in clearing sites as Inno now peeking out. Oh my goodness, he just completely did not spot JT, and JT is stuck behind B site and is able to be cleaned out with a grenade. Now Blank does manage to get a kill in the end. He pushed all the way through, I think maybe through SL, but Seeker does clean him up in the end. So 12-6 towards Fray. Guts still have to eco. I don't think they want to force up. Even if it's a 13-6 situation, I mean, Fray came back from 13-6 down, so can Guts. Apologies, had to go away for a little bit, but looks like Forge has managed to open up towards mid. Very nice with the FAMAS of his. I'm not sure if the counter-terrorists are playing aggressive or not, but looks like Seaman is thinking about playing aggressive. Catalyst says, nope, you can't do that. Luke has been spotted out. Inno takes him down quite easily. And the last man left standing is going to be Blank with the CZ. Unable to get a single kill, unfortunately. He's going to be taken down in the end as well. So now we proceed into the buy rounds, and AWP coming out instantly in the hands of Seabear. And Fluke is deciding whether or not to buy an AWP or an M4 at this stage, and is communicating. There are no AWPs on the side of Fray, so it looks like Guts have decided to go with the 4 rifles instead of the 2 AWPs. And Fray, I think they may just opt to just go hard B at this time. I think they spotted a weakness in B, and look at this, a hard B train Inno's the first man to be out. I think they should have deployed at least a smoke grenade, and that team flash actually just killed Seeker. So this fast B attempt at changing up the momentum, not going to work in their favor this time. K-Star pushing through, so it's up to K-Star really doing a lot of work. K-Star getting one. K-Star, unfortunately, unable to get the second one. Forge still alive somehow. And he is going to want to play this very slowly. Doesn't have the bomb. The bomb's dropped in it, so I think this round is going to go towards Guts. There's a nice change in... It was a nice change in attempt at changing the tempo up, but it's just not going to work. I mean, Forge now coming back into CT. Blank should be able to kill him quite easily, so... Nope, I lied, so Blank looked away just at the wrong time. Now Forge coming across, making a lot of noise, does not know that Seabear is on the lurk, so Forge is upgraded towards A4. He's got a lot of work to do. 1 on 2 on 14 HP, and he's going to be shooting back with the AWP, so Seabear will get the first round for Guts on the CT side. Or second round, sorry. They did win the pistol round with the smoke grenade defuse. And so Fray, K-Stars opt to get the AWP. They have all AKs, and they still actually have a lot of money. It's Guts who do not have much cash at all, so they're going to have to try to put up a couple of rounds, try to do as much damage as possible and not lose many guns at all. I mean, for the counter-terrorists, it's always more expensive buying the utilities that you need. It's always more expensive trying to get the weapons that you need as well. And Seabear already down to 22 HP. Not sure exactly what it was, as Inno is going to be boosted up on top of Seeker's head to see if they can find anything. They're not going to be able to find anything. JT needs to be careful. First flashbang comes through. Inno comes across, spots out JT, but JT's able to get the spray towards the end. Seeker tries to follow up, unable to find anything. As we see, Case actually picking off Ang through T-Spawn, so nice find from T-Con, sorry, not T-Spawn, so nice find from him. And they are slowly making their way back towards B-side, or I would say would have if Forge was able to get in, but Seabear says no, gets the AWP pick. And I think mid may be the best choice to go for Fray at this stage. They are thinking about going through SL. The first, oh, looks like they are still going towards B. K-Star now coming in towards Innes. Coming in, I can't say words correctly. They're just peeking in, it's not going to find anything just yet. A nice flashbang from somewhere, didn't find anything. As Fluke is just able to play the site very defensively, able to just hold and save at this stage. Now, smokes and flashbangs coming out in the favour, I would say, of the counter-terrorists. It's delaying the push further and allowing the rotations coming out for the counter-terrorists. Seabed's got the AWP for CT on Fluke. He's been smoked off, but he doesn't care. He's just jumping straight through to find the bomb planter. No, unfortunately, unable to find the bomb planter. So now 3-on-3. Seabed down to 22 HP. It's a 3-on-3 retake, high flash, to allow the rest of Guts out on towards the site. Now, Catalyst peeking across, Seabear finds him very easily, so K-Star has missed an AWP shot. The rest of Guts now converging on towards the bomb site. The Molotov or HE grenade, I'm not sure exactly what it was. Seeker takes one down. K-Star gets one. Blank able to take down Seeker in a trade, and Blank just has to stick on the defuse. He does not. Oh, he's able to get the headshot on K-Star. He's able to get the defuse. Down to the last second. My goodness, K-Star, why are you peeking so wide for? Oh, they're able to save the AWP as well, so a very big misplay from K-Star. I think costs the round for Fray. But it was a good job by the final player to actually get the spray down towards the end. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but Guts now slowly coming back. They building the rounds that they need, building the economy that they need. Oh, I would say build the economy that they need, but they don't. You know, he's going to be tagged and bagged. Guts, Seabear, absolutely too strong at this stage. Seeker now coming across. He's tap firing, still unable to find Seabear just yet. Blank now spraying down, trying to find Seeker. The spray not going really in the favour of any players, and Forge turns around and gets one, traded out through Ticket Booth, however. So a 2-on-3, Guts in a good position at this stage. Bomb plant does go down in the smoke. K-Star with the AWP. Make his way out, dodges the AWP shot from Seabear, so he's now coming across. Oh, he's dinked and taken out. It's all up to Seeker on a 1-on-3, 16 HP. Can he do it? As now he's coming towards Old Hell JT. Oh, he's just missed the line. The Defuse haven't come across. The Seeker has managed to make his way. He's managed to make his way around the counter-terrorist. Oh no, he's actually lined up 2 of Guts. No, JT's made a big mistake at this time, and time is ticking away. The Defuse is not going through. Seeker. Oh no, JT, he's unable to get it as Seeker has actually managed to win the 1-on-3. He just held back on the trigger finger, just held back on the bloodlust, just slowly walked through. Okay, he just passed through there. They're not going to check his location and just let it go as soon as the 2 counter-terrorists lined up on the bomb site. And all of a sudden, our Guts forced onto a very poor force buy. I mean, Seabear's the only player with an AWP, but the rest of Fray more than happy just to buy all AKs at this stage. They were unable to reclaim the AWP, obviously, because Seeker was unable, as we see Dose flying away. JT needs to be careful of peeking that. He's able to get out alive somehow as Ang. He thinks about peeking for himself with the CZ. Won't just yet. There's Blank actually coming across, wants some action as well. Nice pop flash. It's not going to find anything. Blank and Seeker do both trade blows. It's going to go equally in the favor of both sides, so to speak. Blank on 22, Seeker on 29. Now Catalyst coming across, picks off Ang with a headshot. Blank is still spotting that line with a scout. Only the top of it is really smoked off for him, but he's able to come out towards mid. Tags Catalyst down to 11. Nice damage done by him so far, tagging 2 players just to soften them up for the rest of Guts to clean up. And Fluke is just waiting towards inners, but it looks like Fray now coming back towards white oars. Maybe thinking about going towards a beat. No, it looks like they're going back out of mid, dropping the bomb. Probably shouldn't drop the bomb that wide, but it looks like they are interested in going out towards mid, and then charging straight out JT. It's up to him to just he's unable to do it. Catalyst just charging, rolling straight through, just takes him out just like that. And Seabear with the AWP, he does manage to pick up Forge, coming back across, trying to wait and spot for something, but is unable to find anything just yet, as Fray not happy to really rush this retake the whole situation. Able to get one on Catalyst. Now coming across, spotting it across the wrong ways. K-Star gets one, Inner also gets one. Fluke is the last man left standing, coming out of SL, but just a little bit too late to get the trades in the favor of Guts, and probably just has to save and see if he can take out any guns towards the end. Unable to do so, just to get into Fluke now coming across, trying to aim kill it out with K-Star. K-Star is firmly in the victory of this, as now Seeker coming across will be able to take him out quite easily. So Fray on match, as well as looking to end the week 5-0. Huge performance from them in the round stage so far, and they've got the money to do so. Even on Guts, I mean, it's Scout 5-7, MP9. It's a really poor buy from them at this stage. And it looks like Fray interested in finishing off as soon as possible, just charging straight out mid. Blank has managed to tag Inno. He's now made his way behind the A site. Smoke's now coming up towards Ticket. Smoke just to make sure the bomb plant can go down behind the site. Not sure if it's been done. I think the Scout tags missed. The HE grenade bounces off the site, so Inno does more damage to Catalyst than I think all the other Guts players actually did to him. As the bomb plant should be going down very shortly. The rest of Guards still not able to push in, and Forge able to get one. Forge is going to be flanked out. He's trying to spray. He actually gets the headshot on the JT while jumping, and Inno cleans up and see there. My goodness, a very quick round to really end it, and Frenetic Array going to take that a little bit less closer, 16-8 as opposed to 19-15. So Fray going to be ending this on 1-0. Sorry, no, on 5-0, should I say. So 5 wins and 0 losses in the regular season so far. I'm not sure who their final match is going to be, but I don't think it's going to be as challenging as it was against Guts tonight. As I'll just quickly take a look at them, but looks like Guts, I think with that loss, their for and against is not going to go in their favor. They're going to be tied third alongside Noxus. So not sure if any other teams can slip in. I don't think they can. So this is really just to determine the seedings for the finals. So it looks like that Frenetic Array's final opponent is going to be... I'm trying to find it. It's going to be not Paragon. So they just took down... Actually, no. They only have 5 opponents. What am I talking about? It's the final week. So it's the final week to determine who gets in the final. So there you have it. Frenetic Array 2 strong 2-0. So thank you very much for tuning in once again, guys. Apologies about the short delay, I guess. I mean, I came in with barely any notice, but once again, a big shout out towards all the sponsors who have made the Mwave CGPL CSGO season possible. Mwave, MSI, Nvidia, AOC, Turtle Beach, Plantronics, Netgear, AK Racing, and Logitech. So please check out the sponsors and make sure you throw them a like, and as well as try to purchase their products. Otherwise, that's me for tonight, and I hope everyone has a good evening as we are shaping up for finals fever.